Right, abusuo mo bibia kwa bamfambra 2K ni some blossom e wo YouTube so say abusuo for yaba as usual ensem ahodo a ekoso e wo Ghana ase no ana de besuma hefo ene atifo nya na abusuo amno kase no ensem bi aba betodwa a ho hia se won so unya bi na wotie na ho de ekwo ne sent no anam de sa info wi e ba besomo na abusuo amempesem kasbetent kra de beko na kwa akwaje ensem ni na enchemu e de aba mese so nya subscribe mfama me a na subscribe ya e de amam na bibia so etimi aye kama midin e de kwam gentle
of if you see something, say something. This is a clear case of a member of parliament who we are told is a reverend minister deciding to peddle falsehood, deciding to lie about a government, and having been exposed is now making a mockery of himself. I mean, you listen to him. You listen. Please, when you were talking, I was quiet.
I will not sit here for derogatory comments to come from my respected friend.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Nobody has made any derogatory comments.
You speak to the
I am saying that
and keep the sanctity of the state.
Peddled falsehood against the government of Ghana.
I've not peddled any falsehood.
So let me demonstrate. Let me demonstrate how you peddled falsehood. So keep quiet.
No flag came from Rwanda.
Maza, keep quiet.
So you have peddled falsehood.
Let's have a very decorous discussion. When you were speaking, I was here, and you've had ample time to make your case. Show viewers and listeners the same respect.
But keep
that I've shown. I'm saying that you peddled falsehood. He's sitting here saying that they had suspicions. And they put out the suspicions, asking questions and, soliciting explanations from the government. Number one, you don't hold press conferences based on suspicions. That is reckless, that is irresponsible. This country is a serious country. You cannot wake up in the morning because you are hungry or you overate and said, I have this suspicion. So I hold a press conference and require law enforcement agencies to investigate your suspicions. You think that is what our security agencies are there for?
He said he was engaged in oversight duties as a
But oversight duties is not about raising suspicions. That is irresponsibility. That is recklessness.
You can't ask questions.
When you are exercising oversight, you exercise oversight based on facts. Even if you have suspicions, the suspicions must have some basis. You've not done you didn't do any checks, you didn't provide any information. And you are talking about suspicions that you require state security agencies to spend taxpayers' money in investigating suspicions? That speaks volumes of this whole matter. It speaks volumes about your own credibility. But in any case, Samson, I submit to you that his press conference did not allege suspicions and did not invite state security agencies to investigate suspicions. He is lying again because he has been caught pants down.
You have a copy of the press conference.
We played the portion that you spoke about.
Are you a reverend minister?
Let me have it again. I want to read a specific portion again.
Good.
To him. Yes, go on.
Look,
go on.
I am reading a quote from his press conference, and this quote was reported by My Joy Online. This is a direct quote, and I want to read that to you. There is no evidence, this is quote in Tim Fojo speaking, there is no evidence of any medical referral or patient on board, speaking about that ambulance aircraft. Rather, our intelligence, not suspicion, our intelligence suggests that the aircraft was used to smuggle illicit cargo, unquote. Where your suspicion? Why do you lie like that? Did you allege suspicion here? You are talking about intelligence. What is intelligence? Intelligence means that you have been given, you have received credible information about the existence of some facts or a certain situation, and you are saying that because of that, you think that these aircrafts which arrived in Ghana were used to smuggle illicit substances. You made mention of cocaine. You made mention of cash relative to money laundering and so on. Categorical allegations. Now the President of the Republic says, okay, I want to give you an opportunity to share this intelligence you have with the state security agency so that they can investigate it. I mean, if you don't share the intelligence with the state security agencies, where should they start their investigations from? So what any responsible lawmaker exercising oversight would have done would be to say, thank you, Mr. President. I will, voluntarily, or I will happily honor the invitation of any state security agency tasked to investigate this matter.
Samson, ask him.
Yet you,
the invitation
Chief,
5 days now.
Chief, I think that you are being disruptive. I think you're being disruptive. I think you're being disruptive. I think you're being disruptive. Allow me to make my point. I think you're being disruptive. So you should have been happy about the invitation extended to you to adduce the intelligence you have so that the state security agencies can do what you're calling on them to do.
It's been said that by Felix Kwachiofosu that it was security called Afenyo Marking to make Reverend available. He denies that. And Felix is saying that he had sought to, Afenyo Marking replied back that because what he was doing was an oversight job, they may have to go through the speaker. So now National Security is going to write to the speaker to invite him in the same way. Way that they have invited A plus and Mustafa.
Simply, fundamentally, if you are inviting a member of parliament, even without oversight, that's a procedure. If you are inviting a member of parliament, even if he spoke from his garden egg farm on any matter that requires invitation, you don't call somebody, whether he's leader, you go by procedure. Had anybody used that procedure? It has even nothing to do about that.
Yes.
Listen. You have no invitation, yet you lied.
Are you listening? Are you listening to yourself?
No.
You, a law-abiding citizen and member of parliament who claims to be exercising oversight, you say you have intelligence that certain aircrafts came into Ghana smuggling illicit substances. You even need an invitation before you go and adduce that intelligence?
That's why I wrote.
Maza,
that is why I lied.
You have proven to be totally reckless and irresponsible.
That's why on second of
and if you had a conscience,
why did you block that invitation?
If you had a conscience, you will be apologizing for that lie.
Why did you?
You'll be apologizing for that lie. You are just pressing the president to be a liar and reducing the presidency
Thank you.
to a mere propaganda. I'm not done.
Hold on.
No, something. No. I think
allow the security to do their job.
Reverend Fojo, in your press statement in paragraph 1, you said that the Air Med flight and Havoc Air private jet transporting suspected cocaine and cash. And then you went ahead to give the details of the flight and the time, the period they stayed in the country and so on and so forth. Do you know, as a member of parliament, that if I sat here and made this claim, or any Ghanaian sat anywhere and made these claims, by now they would be either in custody or they would be in court seeking bail for a trial?
Do you know that anyone behind the cocaine bust, $150 million, behind the $350 million cocaine bust, behind the money laundering and the 12 container filled with gold and cash, busted in the full glare of media by national security, among other things we are asking questions for, should have by now been arraigned before court?
That's correct.
Shouldn't we rather be more interested in that?
That does not excuse.
If they are interested in my
answer for the question I asked.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that at all.
But I ask you a specific question.
I don't have a problem with that at all.
Because this is a liar who has been
if the priority of the government is to seal and protect drug cartels, protect money launderers that they themselves have busted.
Those are different issues.
After members of parliament,
those are different issues
legitimately raising legitimate questions.
This is an allegation that you are raising, and we have to interrogate
security agencies. From when are they gagging?
Especially that you say the government position is incorrect. We have to interrogate yours.
Because the government spokesperson.
So what should we do now? What should we do now?
The government spokesperson.
What should we do about what you have put out in the public? What should we do about it?
Please, the government spokesperson said that this investigation directed by President Mahama, he didn't mean it.
Let's not repeat these
and that it was only meant to make an example.
I'm asking you, what do you want to be done?
They should go ahead and make an example.
What do you want to be done now?
They should go ahead and make an example of me.
You answer my question. What should be done about what you said now?
So let's move
what should be done now is for them to go ahead to say to do what they said they would do. to make an example of me and disregard the investigation that Ghanaians are calling.
You don't admit that you don't admit that you did any wrong. You don't admit that you did any wrong.
There's no wrongdoing. There's no wrongdoing whatsoever.
Is it okay for any citizen to
There's no wrong.
Talking to the security about it?
So, since when did it become practice that when a member of parliament is exercising the parliamentary tools? We have a lot of parliamentary tools. One, the media is one. Raising urgent questions is one. Filing ordinary questions is one. Filing oral questions is one. Calling legitimate, relevant agencies before the committee is one. I have used 2 of these tools in exercising this matter. And so if you consider it wrong, let the jury add their judge.
The context is that after you made a press conference and you became aware that you may have done wrong.
I've not done any wrong.
Can I ask you a question?
That is your conclusion.
I'm asking you a question.
There's no wrong.
Can I ask a question, please? After you made the claims in the public and you discovered that you were going to be a subject potentially of prosecution and jail, then you decided belatedly, perhaps having been advised by lawyers,
that is false,
to now try to use the Defense and Interior Committee to ask for the security to come and brief you. Otherwise, that ought to have been your first step.
I take strong exception to that, Samson. The reason